Richard Boom here, and I would like to inform you that we will rebrand the show. For the reason that the name I'm Not Part of This Madness is too long. And when people try to tweet it or when people try to gab it, it eats a lot of characters. And people find it difficult to share it. I mean, we can say in potom, but the URL of our website is I'm Not Part of This Madness. So that is one of the difficulties of having a very long name for our show. And number two, I'm not part of this madness is a statement. And sometimes I think that people don't make a connection with it. And also when I explain it to a lot of people, hey, I have a podcast. It's called I'm Not Part of This Madness. They don't get it. They always ask, what is it? So what are you doing? So this thing, I'm not part of this madness. First, it doesn't make any emotional connection to people. And next, it's not self-explanatory. Or at least it doesn't give the person an idea what I am talking about. The name of the show does not explain itself, so to speak. And with that, it doesn't spark curiosity or interest. And this is very important, especially when you are growing a show, because the curiosity or interest is the thing that makes people want to investigate and to click on the show. I know that this will cause some of you inconvenience, especially if you are subscribed in iTunes. If you are subscribed in iTunes and if you are listening to me via iTunes, please email me at richardboom@protonmail.com and I will send you the new link of the show. And also, if you are subscribed on YouTube, well, I only have 5 subscribers in YouTube. Please forgive me for the inconvenience. I will make an announcement of the new channel once I have the branding nailed down. But for the rest, Twitter, Gab, Minds, VidMe, it's not going to affect you that much. And please do understand that this was not a light decision on my part, because number one, it's a lot of work to rebrand the show, and also there are costs involved in rebranding the show. I mean, I have to pay for the URL, you have to have the logo, the banners, and all of this. Forgive me for the inconvenience, but I assure you, in the long run, this will be for the best. So I hope that you understand my decision, and with that, on with the show. Must have been to a higher ground, lifted up to a better place.
Hello guys, what's up guys?
Do you ever notice that every video, not every video, but most of the videos, most of the podcasts, they always start with,
what's up guys? Hello guys, alright guys.
Guys. I was in a restaurant a couple of days ago, and this waitress starts with,
hello guys, what can I do for you?
Wait, guys, plural. I am alone on the freaking table. Why are you saying guys?
Well, you know, I was just used to it and I don't really think about what I'm saying.
Well, she did not say that, but I bet you that's what's going on in her mind. And we have a lot of these things in society, a lot of concepts, a lot of words, a lot of practices, a lot of beliefs that we don't even question, that we don't even think about. One of those things that people just accept is this concept or belief of equality, that everybody is absolutely equal. And I've been meaning to talk about this for a very, very, very long time. And I know that I will just get this blowback if I talk about this. But, you know, YouTube just removed one of my videos last week talking about Afghanistan and why the US empire, the American empire, won't leave the world alone. And I said, you know what? They already removed one of my videos. They already started censoring me. So what the hell, Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this misguided belief and misinformed belief of equality. I mean, what's another strike from YouTube? I think that YouTube censoring a well-reasoned video tells me that I am on the right path. I am hitting something that they don't want people to hear. And right now, we are going to talk about that thing that everybody accepts without even thinking about it, and that is equality. That concept that everybody, every human being on the freaking planet is absolutely equal. That they are telling us, the powers that be, the sophists, the politicians, and all these people are telling us that there is absolutely no difference between individuals, between races, between intelligence. There is no difference between height. There's no people born fat. There's no people born thin. That everybody is absolutely the same. Equality is preposterous because everybody is born different. People, individuals, are not equal. There are people that are fatter than others. There are people that are smarter than others. There are people that are more talented than others. The only reason why we enjoy some of the things that we enjoy in society is because of inequality. Why do you think we have great music? That is because people are not equal. There are certain people that are born with more talent than others. To say that I am absolutely equal than, I don't know, Josh Groban, for example. It's preposterous. Josh Groban and me are not equal. He has a better singing voice than I am. I think I'm more good looking than he is. To say that equality, that everybody is equal, that me and Josh Groban are equals, is preposterous. And to say that me and Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, that me and the Terminator, the man, is absolutely the same, that there is no difference between me and the Terminator, it's crazy. Clearly, there are differences between individuals. It's okay for people to believe that, but the problem is a lot of the things in politics is predicated upon this false idea that everybody is absolutely the same. We are not equal. Our rights might be equal. Our access to justice and the law are equal or supposed to be equal. Individuals, they're never equal. This is something very dangerous to society because if people believe, and they really believe in equality, because if everybody is equal, why then do we have inequality? If there are no differences between individuals, then person A and person B will have the same outcome in life. So the dangerous part there is that if you believe that there is no differences between individuals and if they have different outcomes, then they have different outcomes because of, one, they say that it's because society is bigoted and racist and, the 1% are stealing from you and people are cheating you and, you're being discriminated upon. So therefore, we need a big government program to make everything equal. That is the dangerous part. These things are predicated upon this false belief that everybody is equal. And nobody is even questioning this. Why? Because people that cannot compete and people who are less talented, they lose out. They lose out to people that have better skills and more talented. This is why nobody wants to touch it. Nobody wants to talk about it. And nobody wants to see this because of our present political climate.
Seeing these differences, most especially when it disadvantages certain groups, the protected class in our present day society, if you see these differences, you're just racist and bigoted. That is the danger. That is the danger. And I am warning you. I don't know how I can stress this and how many times I have to repeat it. People are not equal. We are not all equals, but we are equal. We should be equal in the eyes of law. We should have the same rights. We should have the same access to opportunities. Now, why is there inequality? Well, because some people are just lazier than others. Some people are just more talented than others. Look, I'm not saying here that there is no such thing as circumstantial disadvantages. There is. And there are cases like that. I mean, I come from a poor family from the third world. And in fact, I came to the West with $100 in my pocket. I don't know anybody. I don't have friends. I worked my ass off. But for the most part, it is because some people just work harder than others, and some people are more talented than others, and some people can sell their talents much better. But it's not because racism, it's not because society is bigoted, it's not because there is an institution that oppresses some people. Thing is, people want to believe in this narrative that everybody is equal, and inequality exists because they are being oppressed. It's just stupid. These people always complain, oh, equality, inequality, and blah, blah, blah. We don't have a job because we are being oppressed and the system is racist and the system is against us. And then you ask them, okay, what are you doing to advance your life? Are you looking for a job? Well, I am still waiting for my dream job. Okay, so what is your dream job? Well, I will know when I see it. Well, Are you taking care of your health? Are you exercising 3 to 4 times a week so you don't have to get sick and you don't have to pay for these medications? Are you making dietary adjustments so you can save on the medication? No, you're not doing anything. And then you complain of inequality. Of course, this is the reason why a lot of people want to believe in the narrative that everybody is born equal and that they are disadvantaged because of some other reason other than themselves. They want to blame it because they don't want to take responsibility for their own actions. Inequality is a byproduct of democracy. It's a byproduct of freedom. If we are free to do what we want to do, some people will work harder than others, and some people will do nothing. Take, for example, we have freedom of choice. We can choose to eat the cake and not eat the cake. We can choose to exercise and not exercise. Some people choose not to eat the cake and to exercise. Some people choose to eat the cake and not exercise. That freedom to choose creates inequality. I think people should just take responsibility for their actions because there is no excuse. If I've done it, poor people can also do it. I mean, I wasn't born rich. I wasn't born with a silver spoon up my ass. Make something out of yourself and quit this excusing and whining. Be something. Add something. Take the reins of your life and be in control. This is what it's all about. It's not about everybody is equal and someone is suppressing me. Well, guess what? The world is unequal. You are being fed lies of inequality. That's what it is. I think I got off track there. But anyway, we have a lot of these, I should say, beliefs in society that we want to believe because it's nice to hear and it's so good. It fills us with this touchy-gooey feeling, but these are false narratives. These are false narratives that keep people stuck. Another one of those false narrative is this idea or concept that a lot of people are using today, and that idea is discrimination. It sounds easy to say, or it sounds so intuitive to say that, oh, you know what, we are being discriminated against. If you take the concept of discrimination, and if you think about it, everybody discriminates. Discrimination meaning you're just making a distinction between two things, or two or more things. You discriminate between who is a good friend and who is a bad friend. You discriminate which woman to date, which woman to fuck, and which woman to marry. You discriminate. You discriminate who is evil and who is good. You discriminate which food is good and which food is bad. You discriminate where to go and where not to go. We always discriminate. So to focus on discrimination as some sort of a root of all evils is misleading, and it misleads people. They don't see the real problem. The real problem is there are people that profit from these false narratives that are being fed to people with a lesser capability to think and to analyze. And these people that cannot analyze what they are hearing are the ones suffering from the narrative that is being fed to them. And it doesn't help. It doesn't help that the postmodernists are taking the reins of society from the modernists. It doesn't help that the schools are being controlled by cultural Marxists and the postmodernists. It really doesn't help. Speaking of these people, we have another concept or belief in society that nobody even questions, is that concept of tolerance. Tolerance. It's so nice to hear. It's so intuitive. And it's like this is something that you just, on your gut instinct, you just, yes, I know the word tolerance. When politicians and people on the left use the word tolerance, the meaning of tolerance is live and let live. At its essence, that is what it means. But when people use it, when people on the left use it, the meaning becomes so insidious. When Vladimir Putin asked the Duma to consider the Russian culture, the Russian people, the Russian laws, the Russian custom, the Russian society before codifying anything, he said that if people don't like the Russian law and if they prefer Sharia law, then they can leave Russia. Do you know how many people, oh, this Vladimir Putin is intolerant and he's a bigot, he's a racist, and tolerance. Now, that is a very good case to analyze this concept of tolerance, because he is saying that in the backdrop of, I think it was a demand to have Sharia law and to consider Muslim customs and traditions and to codify something. I think they were trying to codify, I forgot what it is. But anyway, that scenario there is a good case for this belief of tolerance. So they were saying that Vladimir Putin is intolerant because he wants to preserve the Russian law, the Russian society, the Russian culture, and the Russian customs. And if people don't like the Russian way, quote unquote, the Russian way, and if they like Sharia law, they should leave Russia and go to a country with Sharia law. What is intolerant about that? When people pointed their finger at Vladimir Putin saying, you are intolerant, what did Jesus Christ say? When you point a finger, 3 are pointing back at you. The intolerant one is the one saying that Vladimir Putin is intolerant. He wants to preserve the Russian way. And these Muslims that are demanding for Sharia law in Russia are the intolerant ones. Because if they are so tolerant of other cultures, why wouldn't they tolerate the Russian law, the Russian custom, the Russian society, the Russian culture? Why would they want to change it if they are so tolerant? But you see, nobody really thinks about this. Everybody is just so stuck up in their, oh, emotions, touchy-feely, gooey stuff, touchy-feely, oh, fuck, ish. You know what? I'm going to get a heart attack if I continue like this. But what I'm trying to say here is that, number one, is these concepts, they're not only, I would say, irrational, subjective, and relativistic, they're also very dangerous when you base laws and not customs, but when you base not regulations, when you base policies, policies. So I'm forgetting my vocabulary there. When we base policies, when we codify policies based on these false narratives, people that do not belong to the protected class of this postmodernist society that we have, meaning women and blacks, minority, you know what I'm referring to. The people who do not belong in this protected class will be the ones who will suffer. And that is not a fair society if we do that. This is why I'm taking the time to talk about these false narratives that are being fed to people. This is not how I want to move forward in life. This is not a society that I want to live in. It's just not. What I want you to do right now is to leave me a comment and to tell me where I went astray, or if you agree with me, just leave a comment so I know that you are out there. Thank you very much. And before I close this, please subscribe. I need subscribers. If you are in VidMe, please subscribe, and also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/boomrichard, and in gab.ai/richardboom. Because YouTube started, well, they removed one of my videos, and I can only survive with your support and with your patronage. If you cannot sign up for Patreon, please give me your support by subscribing to my channels. Alright? Thank you, and see you soon.
You should know a thing about